Hey guys, I wanted to bring you something a little different today, so this will definitely be that. Today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite movies. I've actually got them all stacked up just over here on the bed in order of which ones I like the best out of the ones I picked. This is going to be, I think, my third or fourth traditional ASMR type video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm using a different camera this time. Usually I use my web camera to record this kind of thing, but today I am using this one right here, and I don't know how this is gonna sound when I touch the camera speaker. I don't know how that's gonna sound. I don't know. Hopefully it sounds nice. Anyways, I think this thing records in 720p. I don't think it goes all the way up to 1080, and I think it's it's fuzzier than my webcam, but it does zooming and lighting a lot better, so I think this is probably a better choice. So anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and get started here. Let me get my first video for you guys. Alright, first I'm gonna move your head a little bit here. Be careful. Don't want to hurt you. Alright, that's good, I think. Here is the first video. And this is by far my favorite one out of all of the movies that I'm going to be displaying today. Sorry, there's a glare on it. I can't really do much about that except for unscrew the light bulb. V for Vendetta. It's gotta be my favorite movie of all time. Right now, at least. I love how, in the movie, one guy can change the entire world. And that one person inspires all of these other people to stand up against a tyrannical government. And I think it is paced very, very well, too. I think they build up the dramatic moments very well, so that you feel the full effect of them when they do happen. And it's very emotional. It's very artistic as well. And I love the emotions and feelings that it conveys. Every time I watch this movie, I get extremely riled up. Happens every time, without failure. And that is V for Vendetta, my first and my favorite of any of the collection I'm going to be showing off today. Now my second is also a emotional movie, in a different way though. It is called Beowulf. A lot of you probably read about Beowulf in school. I know I did, as required reading. And back then I never really paid attention to it. I never really paid attention to who he is or anything. Or the story even. I didn't really care back then. But then I saw the movie, and this guy right here, that is Beowulf, by the way. And Beowulf refuses to fight anybody on unfair terms. So even if he's up against like a really, really huge monster or something, he'll still make sure that he isn't using any weapons if the monster isn't using any weapons, so that it's a fair fight, and I love that. I love the colorful monsters, as I was saying. There's one big bad mother monster, which is like a siren, actually. Not a traditional monster, but a siren. And I don't want to say too much about it, just in case anybody watches it. I don't want to spoil what happens in the movie. But yeah, this is my second, and that is Beowulf. And oops. Beowulf was kind of a tie between that one and this next one I'm about to show you. Actually, right now I'm thinking that I should have shown this one before Beowulf, because this is definitely one of my favorite. I mean, Beowulf is too, but I think I like this one a little. Maybe, I don't know. I'm undecided. Big fish. If you can see that, I hope it's not too fuzzy. Big fish. What to say about big fish? I can kind of relate it to one of the games I've been playing recently. I played a game called Among the Sleep. It's actually a horror game. Or it's supposed to be, anyways. But it shows the world through the eyes of a 2-year-old, and shows how to a 2-year-old everything is scary. And this movie shows the world through the eyes of a very imaginative man. He will exaggerate things in his own mind. There's one person who's extremely tall in real life in this movie. And through the eyes of the imaginative man, who is the star of this movie, he sees the really tall guy as a giant instead of just someone who's really tall. And the entire movie, it keeps you guessing too, as if it's a fantasy, fictional movie, or if it's a true story and his mind just exaggerates everything, which ends up being the case. Amazing storytelling in this. Amazing emotional play. And it is, I think it is kind of lovey-dovey too at some parts, and a lot of parts actually. But the main thing isn't that so. I definitely wouldn't call it a chick flick. It's a very good movie for anybody, so. Big Fish. Third favorite. At least that's what I'm going with for now. This next one is actually I keep bumping the camera, sorry. The next one is a fairly recent movie. I believe, I don't see the date on here, but I believe it came out either either this year or if not this year, then it's still pretty recent. But anyways, movie is called Salt. This lady right here, you might recognize as Tomb Raider, or from a lot of other movies, because she's Angelina freaking Jolie. She is accused of being a Russian spy, and in the movie she is on the run, trying to prove that she's not actually a Russian spy. And that's the whole gist of the movie. If I say anything more than that, I'll probably give too much of it away. It's very action-packed though. And it's also an emotional film, and again, in it, there's one person who is able to change the world. I think that's a recurring theme in the movies I like, actually. In Beowulf, there's one guy who defeats all these monsters. And V for Vendetta, there's one guy who changes the entire political system of the whole country. And in this, there's one person who, almost at least, is able to change the entire direction of the world. I like movies that reinforce that even one person can do amazing things in this world. So that is Salt. You'll probably laugh at me for this one. I think this is everyone's favorite movie. 300. I don't know what to say about this. I think pretty much everyone on the face of the earth who lives in a first world country, at least, has seen this. And all their photoshopped bodies. I assume at least. I don't know. I've heard. Now this is just what I've heard. I have no idea, but I've heard this isn't very accurate to the actual history, but it tells a very good story, I think. And it manages to make this guy look like a really kind and generous person, when in reality, the lifestyle of that nation was a lot harsher than they make it out to be. And again, in this movie, it shows a small group of people that were able to make a huge difference in the world. Recurring theme, whatever number this is. But I don't have too much to say about it that people wouldn't just be saying duh over, because everybody and their mom has seen this movie, so 300. I've got one more to show you. I think this is like everybody's favorite movie too, at least for the people that like darker things. Sometimes at least. I don't like it all the time, but it's Donnie Darko. It's probably one of the most famous movies ever, so I'm sure that a lot of people who are watching this have also seen this. I like it because it's so imaginative, and it's very, it's hard to tell if it's a fantasy movie. Like, it's hard to tell if there really is a giant rabbit or if this guy story about him discovering something in science that no one's ever discovered before. It's hard to separate fantasy from reality in this story, so that's what I like so much about it. It is a little dark for me, which is why I put it as the last one. Because even though I really like this movie, I have to admit that it's kind of depressing, to be honest. What else to say about it? I don't know. I don't have anything else to talk about on this one. This is the last one. This is Donnie Darko, director's cut. I think everybody's seen it. And obviously these are all kind of old movies because nowadays everybody just watches movies on their computer. I don't think anybody buys DVDs anymore. So yeah. Alright, let's move your head back up now. I hope that's not too noisy. I really don't know, it's my first time. It's definitely my first time doing a video with this video camera. This is actually a video camera that I bought from my dad on Christmas. And now I'm setting it up in my room, doing videos with it. He hasn't even used it very much except for the holidays, and I think he used it when we went to the beach too. But that's about it. Mostly it just sits in this little pouch that he got for it and collects dust, so at least I'm giving it a use. But I think this will turn out a lot better for the ASMR videos because even if it is a little grainier, it doesn't glitch like when I use my webcam. It has these auto adjustment things like on the software, I mean, so it'll try to adjust the view, like how much white balance is in the picture and the focus and all that. And sometimes when it tries to auto adjust too many things at once, it like freezes for a second. And then that freeze shows in the actual completed video as well, so this won't do that, and it should be a better way to film this. Let me know what you guys think. And if people like this, then I will continue to do this. I wish that I could do it in 1080p with a really crisp camera, but unfortunately, those cameras are like $2,000. And I am a college student, so I have to deal with, well, not deal with because it's still pretty decent, but I have to stick with this for now when it comes to these types of videos, so I hope that you guys enjoy. So, I will conclude this video here. Oh, wait. I won't whisper into it, actually. I tried whispering into the stereos, or not the stereos, into the microphones on this thing earlier, but it sounded like a really windy day at the beaches. I whisper into it and all you can hear is like a really big blowing sound. It doesn't work. I need a pop filter for my video camera. I don't think they make them. Anyways, I will end this video here, so until next time.